It's a normal Tuesday on the production floor until the radio crackles. Federal agents are at the gates, and they aren't leaving without an inspection. When the government demands entry, facility managers face a high-stakes question. Between the two major industrial regulators, OSHA and the EPA, which agency actually wields the power to cause the most operational damage? OSHA operates inside the facility. Their jurisdiction covers the physical safety and health of the workers operating within the factory walls. The EPA picks up where the facility's control ends. They monitor the impact of exhaust, waste, and chemical runoff on the outside ecosystem and communities. Unchecked mid-20th century industrial disasters caused severe pollution and soaring workplace fatalities. In 1970, the federal government created both agencies to protect vulnerable populations. Because these two entities govern opposing sides of the facility walls, they operate using entirely different investigative playbooks. Identifying the priorities and tactics of each agency is the first step in surviving their scrutiny. Analytically, OSHA's inspection system is highly structured and largely reactive. Because they lack the resources to inspect every workplace, their arrivals are usually triggered by an immediate physical crisis. This diagram shows OSHA's inspection hierarchy. The top priority is a situation where death or serious harm is immediately likely. Right below that are legally mandated employer reports. By law, a facility must report any worker fatality within 8 hours and any severe injury, like an amputation, within 24 hours. The third-tier priority empowers whistleblowers. Current employees can file anonymous hazard complaints, which legally mandate an agency response and frequently result in an unannounced site visit. EPA inspections operate differently. They rarely react to a single injury on a Tuesday afternoon. Instead, their triggers are systemic, relying heavily on sweeping data reviews. A major tool is the Full Compliance Evaluation, or FCE. An FCE is a comprehensive assessment where investigators aggregate partial, self-reported data points, like emissions records and raw material feed rates, to hunt for discrepancies in a facility's overall environmental footprint. OSHA arrives because something physically broke, or someone got hurt on the floor today. The EPA arrives because a long-term data pattern revealed a discrepancy in your operations. Once inside, an OSHA compliance officer conducts a walkthrough focused intensely on the tangible environment. They hunt for physical hazards and missing safety protocols hiding in plain sight. They specifically target high-frequency violations, including missing guards on heavy machinery or inadequate lockout-tagout procedures. Lockout-tagout, or LOTO, is a mandatory safety protocol ensuring dangerous machines are properly shut off and cannot be restarted during maintenance work. The EPA also conducts physical site walkthroughs, but their primary target is often sitting in a filing cabinet. They audit the complex paper trail of your environmental compliance. Because they hunt for systemic issues, the legal threshold for an EPA inspection is lower than a traditional criminal search. Investigators often only need a diluted administrative probable cause to gain access to a facility's internal records. They then hit the facility floor to physically corroborate that paperwork. They look for visible environmental hazards, like the improper containment of toxic materials or degrading asbestos insulation on utility pipes. Ultimately, OSHA hunts for immediate physical dangers threatening the worker in real time. The EPA hunts for systemic negligence hidden in the paperwork and exhaust streams. When violations are found, the operational threats materialize immediately. OSHA has the authority to issue citations, mandate hazard abatement, and effectively halt dangerous production lines until the site is safe. While OSHA disrupts operations, the EPA poses a massive financial threat. Their civil penalties are explicitly calculated to wipe out any economic benefit a company gained by skirting environmental laws. The statutory maximum penalty for EPA violations is severe. Fines can reach over $120,000 per violation per day, a number that the agency adjusts annually to account for inflation. This chart shows the compounding nature of these fines. A multi-day environmental violation can rapidly bankrupt a facility through daily accumulating penalties, vastly outpacing the typical flat fee fines associated with safety violations. Despite their separate jurisdictions, OSHA and the EPA maintain a formal connection through a 1990 Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU. An MOU is an agreement establish a process for notification and coordination between federal agencies. This specific MOU mandates that OSHA and the EPA share their inspection data. If an OSHA inspector notices an environmental hazard or an EPA investigator spots a safety violation, they refer those cross-jurisdictional violations directly to each other. There is no choosing a safe side. Failing one agency's inspection increases the probability that they will summon the other to your front gate. Strategic preparation is the only defense against the unpredictable nature of federal inspections. Because you cannot control what triggers an agency's arrival, you must control the state of your compliance beforehand. This requires maintaining pristine, audit-ready documentation long before an inspector ever arrives. You must keep accurate OSHA 300 incident logs and detailed EPA waste manifests actively updated. It also demands relentless internal audits and the cultivation of a strong safety culture. Employees must feel protected when reporting hazards internally, rather than feeling forced to contact the government to fix a problem. If investigators do arrive, cooperating fully and demonstrating good faith can significantly reduce final penalty amounts. A proven, documented history of compliance works in your favor during settlement negotiations. Effective compliance programs ensure the safety of employees inside the facility and the protection of the environment outside. This dual focus builds a culture where safety is a standard operation rather than a response to federal pressure. To understand more about the regulatory landscape and protect your operations, hit the subscribe button for more deep dive safety investigations and regulatory breakdowns.